Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers.
Our first stop on our tour of Texas is the Lakes and Plains, or Plains and Lakes, Prairies
Yes.
region. And if you really want to think about it this way, this is the area including and surrounding the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex.
And going all the way down to almost Waco with Fort Parker.
Yeah, and we have gone to a number of state parks in this area.
Not all of them.
Because while we were still working, these were places we could go.
Yes.
Over a long weekend. We could go and just take a little getaway. And so...
And they're some of our favorites.
And I do want to point out, if you're looking at a Texas state map and you're looking at these regions, we're going to tell you, like Lake Somerville, Lake Ray Roberts, those, while there's a state park there are probably Corps of Engineer parks
Yes.
around those as well.
Yes.
And we're not going to list all of those, but if you're looking for that region, you might want to always also look at that. Our first stop on our tour of this region was at a Corps of Engineer
Yes.
park on Lake Benbrook, and that is just south of Fort Worth. And the day we were there filming, pretty empty.
Yes.
Because it was a Sunday.
School has started.
It was raining. We hadn't had rain
Yes.
in months. And we had rain every day we were there, and we got there on a Sunday and left on a Wednesday. So when we were able to get out and go film, it looked pretty empty. But anytime it's a nice weekend, my guess is that park fills up. And we did a video on, I believe we did a video on Cedar Hill State Park, and literally from that state park, you can see where the Cowboys play, and the Rangers are right there in the same area, football and baseball.
Yeah.
You can see it from the state park. So there are these preserved areas that are close to the major city. The Holiday Park, which is a Corps of Engineer
Yes.
park we stayed at, we were less than 10 miles from a super Walmart.
Yes.
Now, there were several Corps of Engineer parks around
Yes.
that, so it wasn't just one Corps of Engineer park. So there are...
And they offer different amenities. I know that one of them had no hookups.
Yes.
So you want to be careful when you're checking it out. Our site had electricity but no water.
We knew that when we made the reservation, and we just spent 6 weeks without
Yes.
hookups, so that wasn't a big deal until we got there and hadn't remembered it and hadn't filled our fresh water tank. And so if you've watched our channel, you know we carry gallon jugs of water for the pets, so we just started going. We went down and kept filling
Sure.
those several times. But with many of these, Cedar Hill State Park, well, there's Lloyd Park, which was a Corps of Engineer park
Yes.
on the other side of the lake. So the point is, there are going to be a number of different options, and if you're looking for somewhere around the Dallas-Fort Worth area, Denton area, look at the Texas state parks are wonderful. If you're over 62 and have the senior pass, Corps of Engineer parks are going to be a little less
The
expensive.
National Senior Pass.
Yes, the Corps of Engineer parks are going to be a little bit less expensive
Yes.
for you. But right now we're at one of our favorite parks. We're going to be doing another video on this. We have a previous one. And this is Purtis Creek State Park. And what we love about these sites, is we really are secluded.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
you can see the road through the foliage, but you really have your own little area.
Mm-hmm.
And when we leave here, we're going up to Lake Ray Roberts, and there are a couple of branches of the state
Yes.
park that are on Lake Ray Roberts. And so, once again, you might check and see. And then after that, we are going to...
Probably our favorite state park.
and that's Lake Mineral Wells. And that one, the Lake Mineral Wells State Park, contains the entire lake. So there's not going to be a Corps of Engineer park
Yeah.
on that one. But that one...
But I think there may be at Lake Weatherford, which is just down the road.
There is. And so, but this region, there's going to be some humidity. When it's rained 10 inches this week, we're in August, and they hadn't had rain for months, and then flooding. And so we were in a campsite, and we were there for several days, so all of that's kind of subsided. But it is, if you're coming anywhere around the Metroplex, there are going to be options. But once again, if you're going to be here over a weekend, especially, and you may not know this about Texas, but I believe October and November are probably two of our top camping months.
Yes. And Thanksgiving, you better get those reservations early for Thanksgiving.
I mean, spring, there's going to be some, but in Texas, you're more likely to have spring storms. October and November are just heavy usage. And so if you're going to be doing, camping over a weekend, you're going to want to do that early. But we're going to give you just a sampling of a Corps of Engineer Park, 3 state parks, and I'm going to be having a list of parks that we have been to in this region kind of going at the side. And if you have any questions about any of those, you can look for our video on those parks. And like I said, the 4 that we're doing on this one, Lake Benbrook, which is just south of Fort Worth. It was Holiday Park, a Corps of Engineer Park there. We're at Purtis Creek. This will be our second video about Purtis Creek State Park, just southeast a little bit of Dallas. And then honestly, to go from here to Lake Ray Roberts, the maps show us to tow right straight through downtown Dallas. We are not going to do that. We're going to go straight up to Greenville and then across, just so that we don't have to tow through downtown Dallas. That's something that as you're navigating Texas, we've driven through downtown Dallas, and there are times that it's fine. You don't have any issues. If there's a problem, you'll be stuck for
hours.
Yeah, you can be stuck for hours. And so we can avoid it. We're going to try that. We'll be going up to Lake Ray Roberts and then coming back, and this is going to be our second. Well, I think we did one on both. I'm not sure. We have at least one video about Lake Ray Roberts, and this will be our second on that. And then we're going back to Lake Mineral Wells State Park. We actually did a really, I thought it's one of our better videos where I had the map and showing the various regions with the rock climbing and equestrian and all that kind of stuff.
And we talked about the city some, and
But we'll be doing another video about just focusing on the park, and then we'll head home. And next month we're heading to a different region. So hope you enjoy our videos about the prairies and lakes. Thanks for watching Two Tired Teachers.